Okay guys, so this is the second part of the video where we're going to talk a little bit about installing the bases and installing your baseless NUNA seat. Now remember, this video is in no way a substitute for reading your instruction manual that came with the seat. If you don't have your manual, go to the NUNA website. They will be able to provide you with one there that you can look at, no problem. But let us talk about now some of the features of how to install these bases, okay? So on all of the NUNA car seats, they do come with a set of spacers that will enable you to find your lower anchors more easily. On your based seats, so your Air, PIPA RX, and PIPA Air RX, your spacers are going to be black. I'm going to use the ones that come with the Urban, which are this bright yellow. They're a little easier to install and demonstrate with, so again, don't fret if the one that you bought with the base doesn't come with bright yellow, guys. I'm just using these for the sake of the video to sort of illustrate where my lower anchors can be found to be able to click our base or our baseless seat in with lower anchors more easily. So in case you're unaware, every car 2003 and newer has lower anchors in them unless it's a fleet vehicle. They are set at 280 millimeters apart. This is not super critical for these seats because you really can't install a NUNA seat incorrectly in a wrong spot with lower anchor because they aren't soft, they are rigid. So rigid latch also is better for side impact. It's just going to prevent the seat from having what is called fishtailing. So we do love that about these NUNA seats. Let's start with the original PIPA base. So we have our lower anchor connectors right here on the seat. And then we also have a load leg, which is traditionally, when you buy it, tucked underneath the seat. You'll pop it open, and then when we install it, we will set it to be correct. Now, when you install the seat, there is a level bubble on the side of the seat. So you're gonna wanna make sure that the seat is level in your vehicle. To achieve that, there's also a little foot that can pop up and open. That will help you make sure that your level bubble, which I'm showing here on the side, hits that black line. Can you guys see that? So it doesn't need to be in the dead center of the line. It just needs to hit that line in order to be considered level in the vehicle. Now, I'm gonna tuck this back under because with this demo, I don't need it. But we'll go ahead and get this guy lined up, clicked in. There's indicators on the side of those lower anchor pieces on the base that turn from red to green to let you know the seat is installed. You can also give it a tug to make sure that it's not moving. That's another way to know. And then we have our foot that comes down and makes contact with the floor, and there's a window on it that turns from red to green. So I'm not sure if you guys can see that. I'm gonna tip this up. The whole thing comes up, right? Oh gosh, it doesn't even move the whole piece. Well, irrespective, there is a piece down there, that window on there that turns from red to green when it makes contact with the floor. So as long as we are having our level touch, we're green on both windows and we're green down there, we can go ahead and take our PIPA Air seat, buckle it in to our base or drop it into our base, make sure it's attached, and we're good to go. To remove it, there's a squeeze handle here in a gray. We'll pinch and lift, and that's how we take the seat out. Now, if I wanted to install this guy with what is referred to as European belt routing method, if you look on the side of the seat, you'll see blue. On the other side here, you see blue, and on the back of the seat, you see blue. Wherever there's blue, that is where we hook up our seat with a seat belt in case we want to do European belt routing method. I do love this. In case you don't want to buy 800 bases or, you know, have a base for every single person that may drive the baby, it's easy enough to move that base. It literally takes 2 seconds. But if you wanted to just lock it into any car, you'll go ahead, pull this through. You make sure that your belt is pulled out all the way to engage the switchable locking retractor. You listen for the click, you'll know it's locked off, and you can always tug on it to make sure There is a level line on the side of the seat. So again, you don't want to do this on a hill. We want to make sure that the seat's level so we don't have head tilt. But again, this is European belt routing method. This is a way to install the seat without using the base. So very simple, very easy. The trick to undoing it is turn the seat towards the buckle retractor. That way you're not fighting it to take it out when you get out of where you're going. So that is for the PIPA Air. Now, if we wanted to install RX or Air RX, they have a different base. So we'll go ahead and remove this base by pressing some buttons, pulling some tabs, and pulling back. And that's just gonna pull out no problem. Our Air RX base, or the RELX base, as it's sometimes referred, there's no level bubble on the side, but there are numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. There are weight rating indications. So position 1 and 2 is for a kiddo between 4 and 21 pounds and 16 to 26 inches. Position 3 and 4, the kiddo would need to be between 21 and 30 pounds and between 26 and 30 inches, okay? So just for some clarity there, go ahead and hit the button. That'll release our stability load leg. And then another trick to be aware of is to turn those latches this way. We do have the opportunity to tighten this in. If for whatever reason it's set to tight, if you want to reset it, spin those toward the seat and the whole piece moves forward, which is pretty cool. And that's kind of critical to know when you're installing it, because you don't want it set to too tight. Otherwise you'll think that you're going crazy and you can't get it in. I've gone ahead and arranged it in each window. Press and clicks. We have those windows that turn from red to green. And now here we have an opportunity to actually make it a little tighter in the seat. I'm going to push on the base to go toward the backrest. I was able to push it in, so now it's making a tighter connection with the seat. I'll go ahead and press the button on the leg piece. And on this guy, there's a window that turns from red to green, but instead of being on the front, it's on the side. Now this makes more sense. This was a design upgrade for this model so that we have that opportunity to be able to see it more easily as a caregiver instead of looking on the front like you do with the original PIPA base. I'm just going to turn this guy sideways really briefly. I'll go ahead and grab the RX, put that in, drop it in. And so as my kiddo gets bigger, I think there's some misunderstanding about this. This base doesn't recline, it actually inclines. So we have this opportunity to sit a seat more upright as kiddo gets bigger, where they could have more leg room and a more upright position to maybe have a little bit better vantage point to like look out a window. But again, it does start in its most reclined and then it works its way up to a more upright position. Now, on this seat, the blue on RX is a little easier to spot. But again, we're gonna do the European belt routing method. So we'll set it in. We'll make sure that it's level. Again, I'll turn this slightly for you all. Go ahead and feed it through the blue. Feed it through the other blue side. Buckle. And then very slowly pull this belt piece out all the way. You do not want to go too fast and accidentally engage your lock off too soon. Very annoying. And some cars are more sensitive than others. But when it retracts, it should make that ratcheting sound. Again, how we know our belt's locked off, we'll tighten it up nice and tight, because ideally we don't want the seat moving in an inch in any direction. And there we are with European belt routing method for our RX. Now, Air RX, of course, will work the same way as RX. I'm going to go ahead and grab that Air RX just to drop it in the base to show y'all how that works. So we'll drop it in. And then something I didn't point out on this guy, there's a squeeze handle on the back above the word NUNA. You give that a squeeze to take the seat out. So very easy to drop in, very easy to take out. And again, where would we hook it up with the seat belt? Wherever you see blue. So we have blue here, we have blue on the back, and we have blue over there. I'm not gonna install this with a seat belt because we obviously just did it twice, So the viewing audience seems bright enough to understand that. I know you guys are smart. Now, let's talk about Urban, okay? Because this guy's a little different. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my RX base. I'm gonna press the 2 buttons, pull back, have my latches spin backward for storage, tuck my foot underneath so that it doesn't fall out and hit me on camera. Put that away, worry about that later. But I'm gonna turn this seat toward the camera. And I am gonna turn this other seat toward the camera as well. Because there is something I'd like to point out here about this seat that sometimes people find maybe like it's not the best fit for their lifestyle, and I would be remiss not to point it out. So typically lower anchors are like what you see here. They're in what's called a seat bite, which means in between the backrest and the butt rest of the seat. If your latches are deep in your car, like what you see here, your Urban is gonna fit beautifully. So we'll go ahead and take our Urban, we'll pop the latches down, and we will install it. Click. Did I click the other side? Yeah, they both turned green. So I only heard 1 click, but both sides hooked up because it clicked at the same time. Now, when I want to take the seat out, I just squeeze the handle on the back and pull it out. Very simple. I can click the piece up. And again, I've got those yellow guides to make that very simple every time. And like I said, because this is so deep in that seat bite, this is a very nice tight fit in this demo seat. This other demo seat that I have is much more like a truck. Some cars and some trucks have the lower anchors sticking out or protruding from that seat bite pretty aggressively. I can tip this seat up and hopefully zoom in a little bit here. I'll go as far as I can. And hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about, where these silver pieces are very, very easy to see. They're sticking out almost in an obnoxious way. That's atypical, but some cars and trucks are going to be that style. If that's the style that you have or that you're encountering on your rental vehicle or whatever, you may find that your Urban has more movement. Let's look to see what that looks like. So when I hook it up on this guy right here, oh, I don't need my guides because it's so easy to see, so easy to hook it up. I'll go ahead and hook it. But as you can see, the seat is not really touching the backrest, sometimes referred to as a waterfall. What I would encourage you to do is sit this seat more upright so that these guys would come into contact, but you will have a little bit of movement. Also, because those latches are so big, I might also get what's referred to as lateral slide, which means the seat, and I'm going to turn it again toward the camera, the seat can slide left to right, even though it's correctly installed and hooked up. Now, a seat can have as much as 1 inch of movement front, back, and left to right and still be correctly installed. If this makes you uncomfortable, what I would tell you to do in this situation is go ahead and tuck those latches back up and utilize that European belt routing method. That is going to make sure that that seat doesn't have lateral slide. See, I'm pulling on the belt too tightly and it's getting stuck. Not following my own good advice. But we'll come through both blue pieces, come around the back of the seat, tuck it in. Ooh, I'm going too fast. There we go, locked off. So now, in these type of scenarios, the seat may be better installed in this specific type of situation with a seat belt versus the lower anchors, just in terms of you feeling confident about the way the seat is sitting. If that lateral slide bothers you, or if that waterfall issue, maybe the seat can't sit any more upright and you're not getting that tight of a connection, this would be a good alternative to be able to use. So NUNA has thought of it and they do address it, but I would just want to point it out for you my brilliant viewing audience, because you're part of the best community in YouTube. Pat yourselves on the back for doing the research. Any and all of the NUNA infant seats are fabulous. We love them. I cannot thank NUNA enough for my demonstration seats. They're always so awesome to send me these to be able to demonstrate for customers. It makes a huge difference to see it and try it out in person. So thank you again for watching. Thank you, NUNA. And hopefully this is helpful in explaining the differences between all of the PIPA car seats. You guys are awesome. We will see you in our next video. And please feel free to check out any of these seats and all the fabulous colors on destinationbabykids.com.